Hey there, are you thinking about redoing your website? If so, you absolutely 100% of the time need to get new brand photos taken. It's an absolute must for a website because it brings your brand to life. Today we're going to talk about what exactly you need to do in order to get brand photos taken, how to go about that, and how to make sure that they represent your brand and your personality well. Hey, if we haven't met, my name is Dara. I'm a web designer for solopreneurs that are ready to give their brand a promotion and get a website and brand that shows the world that they mean business. Today, we are talking all about brand photos. Now, first of all, brand photos are absolutely essential because they will make or break your website. If you've gone to a website and you felt like the design was great, but the photos were a little like, I'm not sure I'd trust them with my money, chances are that they did not have professional photos taken. And I'll say that there's such a difference between getting someone to take your photos who understands what you're going after. That these aren't just headshots, it's not just someone taking a picture of you behind a computer, but it's getting someone to take your photo that understands that their photos are what's going to breathe life into your brand. Your brand is so much more than your colors, your fonts, all of that. Your brand is you. It's your personality that's shining on the web, and we need to make sure that your photos reflect that well. So the first thing you need to do before you ever even book a brand photo session is make sure that you're super clear on your branding. What is it that you're trying to tell the world? How are you trying to represent yourself in the digital world? That's what we want to bring to life. And if you're not clear on that, then everything that you do after the fact is going to feel a little off, right? It's not going to reflect your messaging. It's not going to reflect the words that you use. It's not going to reflect the colors and the fonts because everything will be a little bit disconnected. It all starts with having a really clear idea on your brand as a whole and the message that you're sending out. And then everything branches off of that. Your photos, your fonts, your colors, everything. It all comes back to who you are and what you're trying to say. All right, so you're really clear on your brand. You're sure that you are ready for this. Where do you start with booking a brand photo session? The first thing that you want to do is book the right kind of photographer. We are not at all looking for headshots of you in a studio up against a wall, feeling a little bit cold like a school photo. That is not what this is about. This is about bringing life to your brand. And so we want to make sure that you use a photographer who understands that. There are some amazing brand photographers across the country, but I know that it can be hard, that some places it's just not an option. People don't specialize in that. And so what I would challenge you to do is look for someone who does a lifestyle photography. The reason is that we want to work with someone who makes you feel comfortable to be you in front of the camera. Someone who's not posing you or, making your head, everybody like, turn this way and turn your head that, and it's super awkward. That's not what we want. We want someone who's comfortable taking photos of you doing life, whether that's you working behind a computer, you on your phone, you hanging out with your family, whatever that is. We want to make sure that they're comfortable doing that without needing to give you a whole lot of direction and just letting you be you and really specializing in letting your personality shine through that. So first of all, look for a lifestyle photographer if there isn't a brand photographer in your area. The second thing that you want to do is choose the right clothes and accessories to wear. And I know, especially for women, this is so hard, right? This is where everyone gets tripped up. What do I wear? What do I wear? You don't have to wear your brand colors, but if there's something that looks good on you, then absolutely try and find an outfit that has a piece of your brand colors shining through in it. It'll really help bring that across and really make things look really professional. However, whatever you choose, make sure that it doesn't clash with your brand colors. That's the biggest thing. That we don't want something that just feels really like, that's off from the rest of the website and the rest of your marketing. You want to make sure that it all flows together. Now, in terms of the outfit specific, this really goes back to being clear about your brand. If you are someone who's really coming across as a professional, if you are marketing to corporate America, if you're marketing to other professionals, then you'll want an outfit that you would wear to a meeting, right? Really, how you want that to come across. If you are someone who is reaching out to more customers individually, if you want more of a relaxed feel to your brand, then don't feel the need to wear a suit. Make sure that your outfit and the outfits that you choose reflect your brand. Speaking of, definitely, absolutely, 100% of the time, make sure that it's okay with your photographer that you have an outfit change during your photo shoot. The worst thing you can do is pay a lot of money and spend a lot of time getting photos taken of you in just one outfit. Because then across all of your marketing, it'll be really obvious that you just had one photo shoot done. If you can switch it up, try and change out outfits, add a jacket, take off a jacket, add a sweater, take off a sweater, whatever you can do to get as many outfits as possible out of this one photo shoot will really help you use your photos for a longer period of time. Also be really mindful that unless you plan to have a brand photo shoot taken multiple times a year, that we really don't want to have very seasonal outfits, right? So if you get photos taken in the middle of the winter, which I did this year, and it was colder than crud out, I don't want to have photos of me in very obvious winter clothes with, scarves and layers and all this stuff, because I want to still be able to use my brand photos in the summer and not have it look, odd, right? So make sure that whatever you choose, it reflects kind of an overall season. If you want to do short sleeves or 3/4 length or even just a long sleeve shirt, but make sure that it could be used across seasons. That way you're getting the most use out of your photos. The last thing that we really want to consider is location. Where are you going to get your photos taken? Once again, it all goes back to branding. What's a location or locations that will represent your brand well? If you have a relaxed feel to your brand, then consider having a relaxed feel to your photo shoot. Maybe have it done in your home or in a coffee shop, at a park. I don't love having someone's brand photos taken all outside. And the reason is that it really gives a certain feel to the website that's outdoors. So unless you only work with clients outside or you only do something outside, really consider having indoor photos taken as well. I know sometimes that's hard to do, especially in our current world, but really make sure that you get as many photos as possible in different situations that feel like they would fit your services. So if you, let's say, work on a computer, you want to make sure to have pictures of you on a computer. If you teach clients how to manage their time, then have a picture of you at your planner. All those things are really important because they help bring the ideas that you're sharing with the world through your words to life in your photos. And a picture means 1,000 words. If you need help getting clear on your brand, then check out the link below. Let's connect to make sure that you are crystal clear on your brand before you go and get your brand photos taken.